All right, girls, real quick, gonna go over a couple things. I'm gonna try to do it quick so we don't have to meet before practice tonight, but please take a listen. Some of you saw some of this the other night. For those who did not, please pay attention. Everybody pay attention. All right, so I talked about the other day how, as strange as it sounds, how our breakout actually starts as they're breaking out of their zone, right? Seems a little strange, and quite honestly, I made it up, so it is a little strange. But the reality is if this is our goalie here, and they are breaking out from this zone here, and they get a fast breakout, they're coming back through the middle, and our D are on our blue, heading back into the zone to protect. Let's say we have one of our girls, we have a wing coming back, right? The other girls are kind of watching instead of back checking as absolutely as hard as they can, which is what our team is going to do. Then they can get over the zone, over the blue line, and they likely, it's quite frequently, will dump the puck in under pressure, right? Now we're going to have a wing up here, and we'll have a D up here. Then our D will start the breakout, either swing the net or they'll go D to D, right? And meanwhile, the other two girls who were kind of watching and not back checking as hard as they could, they were kind of coming through the neutral zone, wondering, oh, I hope they really do a good job of breaking that puck out. And now you're here instead of at your hash mark, or as a center coming through the middle on a timing pattern, right? So if you don't back check, right when they start to break the puck out, that is when our breakout actually starts from the perspective of you got to get on your horse and catch them on the back check. The intention is to catch them at the blue line before they get into our zone, but if we don't do that, you need to be going as fast as you can, so when the puck is broken up and we start our breakout, our D can get the puck to our wingers, and our wingers will be on the hash marks and not slowly drifting into the zone because they didn't back check effectively and quickly enough. All right, that's the same thing for the centers breaking through, both sides on the wing, right? So you've got to back check. We'll have short shifts. Back check is what's going to keep them out of our zone, and when they do get it into zone, if we're back in the zone on time, we'll be able to get to our spots for our breakout, all right? Next thing of three, there's three things. These two will be quicker. When we talk about third guy high, right? So these are our D using the same zone, right? Puck's in deep. This is their goalie now. This is their D, one here, and let's say one's over here. Now we have our center, it's one, our wing is number two, right? We want to make sure, and they'll probably have a center, so there'll be two of them. Our first girl's going on the puck, our second one's slowly reading and jumping in if they need to. Our third girl is high on the strong side, right? Not in the middle and not on the weak side, but on the strong side, because the puck's likely, if it gets past our guys, or girls, it's going to come up this side. So we will have a D here, and third guy high now acts as a defenseman, a third defenseman, right? So don't be on the weak side, don't be in the middle, be nice and high slot, and on the strong side. If these girls end up with the puck, they can either feed it to you right here, hopefully there'll be a lane, but if there's a lane down low and they start to go, that's when you release and attack the net. All right, you got it? We'll go over it again later, but please try to ask questions. Definitely ask questions of anything. Last one. This is the drill we're going to do tonight. Some of you did it already, but we're going to go over it tonight, all right? I'm going to dump the puck in, and you'll be on the breakout. So there'll be a D, and then our forwards. So we'll dump the puck in, right? Puck will go in. We'll go D to D, and then we'll have a winger here. The D will push it up to the wing. The wing will get there quickly so they can read the play. And then we call that there's pressure on you, hypothetical pressure or imaginary pressure. So we want you to bump it back to that D, right? This D is now going D to D. Then everyone's going to shift. This wing should shift to the middle. The center who had just come over to support here now will go back and support this side. This D now goes up to this wing. The same thing, we're going to have imaginary pressure where this wing has their head up. They pretend like they see pressure. Boom, they bump it back down to this D. D goes back to this D. Everyone shifts again. This wing shifts here. This wing gets as fast as they can to this hash mark. Center comes back through and support here, and we go out through center. All right? This is going to help us work on our breakouts under pressure. Then all three girls go out, come over just outside the blue, because for practice during COVID, we got to stay below that dot. All three girls go in, and you regroup on the 2D to come up tight, nice tight gap, and then they come back in, all right? And I want you getting creative, right? Use all the ice all over the place. We'll talk more about that, all right? So take a look at that video. Hopefully it's not too long. Watch it twice on the car ride over if you don't get sick while you're doing it. We'll catch you tonight. All right? Thanks. Bye.